That video had I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas. What's it looking like, David?
I don't think you're going to have to dream for many portions of the state. Maybe along the coastline, we may dream a little bit, but I still think we'll see a little bit of snow out of this.
Great.
But I'm going to talk all about that. And something, seeing beautiful lights out there. I actually took a ride earlier. I had to run to the store during my lunch break earlier, and some beautiful lights across the city right now. Temperatures, though, look at this. We're not that cold. Caribou, 34 degrees. Millinocket, 37 degrees. Augusta at 36 degrees. Bangor, 35. Portland, 38. Where's the cold air, right? We're supposed to be snowing tomorrow and tomorrow night, but we do have a little bit of cold air left over in the north. And you know what happened? That storm that retrograded brought some milder air from the Atlantic over towards the state. It's actually pretty cold out towards Vermont and northern New Hampshire, 28 degrees in Berlin. Right now, the winds really aren't too much of a factor. They're still gusting up to 20 miles per hour at times, but for the most part, anywhere between 5 to 15 miles per hour out of the north. There's that storm that made that little curl around Nova Scotia. That's out of here. We're not going to be dealing with that. And then we're dealing with this area of precipitation down towards Tennessee. That's going to move towards the north, and low pressure is going to develop along it, and that's what's going to bring us the snow as we go into Thursday night into Friday. Right now, really not too much happening right now. I just want to get out of your way right there. This little feature right here, that might just kind of dry up as it hits down eastern area, so you could see a flurry later on tonight, but really no big deal. Anything in the sky right now, it's just drying up. We're not going to see what we saw last night with some of those snow squalls that were pretty dangerous as they moved quickly through the area. Winter storm watches are up for most of western parts of the state, except for along the coastline. That's where we're expecting a frontal boundary to set up, a coastal front, and that's kind of the wild card in the whole situation here, whether we're going to see any snow or rain, but definitely inland locations, we're really going to get walled with snow. Overnight tonight, we see lots of clouds. That's why the temperatures really aren't going to drop. We have a high pressure system to the north. It's kind of retreating, so we really don't have too much in the way of Arctic air or Arctic air at all overnight tonight. Watching those temperatures pretty much dropping just below freezing. See temperatures in the upper 20s across northern portions of the state, but just around freezing along the coastline, so really not too much in the way of cold air. Temperatures really don't rise that much though tomorrow, in the mid to upper 30s for high temperatures, maybe pushing 40 as you get down towards Kittery. A couple of rain snow showers develop along the coastline with an onshore flow ahead of the system that will be approaching Thursday night, but for the most part it remains dry. Clouds will thicken as we go through the course of the afternoon, and then tomorrow night by 11 o'clock starting to see a couple of flurries moving in. Look towards the southwest over Massachusetts. Rain moving into northeastern Mass, and we start to see snow knocking on the door inland as you wake up 6 a.m. on Friday. And then after that, the storm moves towards our south. We're going to watch that exact track. Right now it looks like a probably track right over Cape Cod or just to the south, and then it enters the Gulf of Maine. And as it does so, that's when we're going to see heavy amounts of snow inland, and just along the coastline, that's where we're expecting a rain snow line to develop, so we're not really expecting too much in the way of snow there. These are the current numbers, 10 to 14 inches across some of the higher elevations. This is great news for ski country. You guys have been patient all season long. When we started out after Thanksgiving, we got that warm spell at the beginning of December, and again, right along the coastline. That's going to be questionable. We'll be watching that. Right now we have 1 to 3 inches. If cold air moves in just a little quicker, if the low pressure develops a little bit further to the south, then we can bring these snow amounts down, or we'll push them back up depending on things and how the models start to trend. It looked like they were trending just a little milder earlier this evening, so we're going to continue to watch that as we go through the next 12 hours. I think we'll have a really good lock on tomorrow morning, so check in with Todd. Small craft advisory in effect right through Thursday, 6 p.m. Seas 4 to 7 feet. Those winds are still cranking out of the northeast, 20 to 25 knots with some gusts up to 30. And again, that water temperature is still kind of on the mild side. 46 degrees. Here's a 7-day forecast. And again, we have a kind of a dull day, so to speak, tomorrow. Really not much going on. And then on Friday, inland, you're going to get clobbered. You're just going to, definitely be prepared. Break out the snow shovels, whatever you need to do on Friday night. It really gets going. Winds will be pretty strong too, especially along the coastline. And then it's still snowing through Saturday morning inland, and then that rain snow line will be watching along the coastline, and again lesser amounts there. And then as we get into next week, it stays on the cold side, temperatures in the 30s. So anywhere that does get snow, definitely going to see a white Christmas. I'm going to be like Joe Namath. I guarantee it. So, all right, so that's how that's looking.
All right, thanks, David.
Thank you, Zach.